Hey, it's Longridr, and welcome to the sound design portion of the Lucky Block Dragon. This is the thing, and we're not using this. We're actually using Ableton Live. It's not the most ideal piece of software for sound design, but it's what I use. It's what I know. It's what I'm good with.
Okay.
So, first things first, I have a couple plans here. I actually wrote a list of the sounds I'll need. I could, you know what, let's do this by locator. So right here, we'll add a locator. We'll say we want a wing flap. And right here, we'll add a locator. We want a fireball. Right here, we want a, what should we do? Summon. Summon. So it'll be like a summon roar thing. What other animations do I have? Okay, tail, whip, slam, tail, slam. And then, oh, what the heck? Like there we go. Cool. I like this amount of sounds. That's good. I can get the roars in, get some ambient roars, some tail whips, some tail slams, some cool things. Now, let's see what I can do here. First thing, let's create a roar. I want to get the personality of the dragon first. So I have a lot of VSTs and stuff, just from the years. Here we go. Nice. Okay, now that we can hear, I'm gonna try to create a track, or just like a one-note phrase. Maybe I could just do a little bit of attenuation on it too, so let's see. Probably want to go C1. Get like a very animalistic growl effect, so we go low, high, low, do-do-do. Kind of like that. Zoom in so we can see it better. So we have one on just, you know, C, D sharp, and then A. It's a nice little thing. It sounds very weird right now, but you can ignore that. We'll change this legato and put a limit. There we go. Now it has some sort of like transition thing going on. So from there, it'll be easy to work on some sort of thing. For normal growls and like dubstep, whatever, I love using this. This is my favorite thing to do. So what I'll usually do is do like a, maybe like a band phaser. I have to remember, it's been a bit. So this is pretty new for me as it is with you. Okay, there we go. Yeah, it has some sort of naturally-ish feel. Almost like a modern talking already. That's kind of nice. Coming together quite nicely already. There's a lot more that I want to do with it, but for the most part, I want to create a, let's undo this. I want to be able to adjust this on the fly. Take this, click configure so we can adjust the frequency. Let's see, quick map to, how did I do this? Is modulation X, right? Then you can adjust these. Is that right? No. MIDI learn. So we configure, and yeah, if you move it, it adds it as an option. So, and then we want frequency to be there. So for now, yeah, that's kind of how you get that frequency. We can just create some sort of thing, like a small little phrase. Follow. Nothing specific. Okay, very wide, very nice. So this, we might want to bring it down a little bit on the phase and the pitch, probably, just so that way it's not too wide. I guess pitch doesn't matter. It'll be more like a Reese if we go up high. Yeah. Pan. Yeah, see, that's gonna be nice because we want the bigness to come from like a reverb rather than. Now we can add some grit, some trash to it, if you will. I could just put trash on it because I have trash, but might as well do it all within Armor to see if we can do it. So let's see what cube can sound like. So just off rip. Yeah, adds quite a bit of something there. Turn it all the way up in amount. Okay, now reverb. We could just do it in here, but I want to do some more modulation to it. So I don't want to add any reverb just yet. There's some other things we can do. Like we can go into here. Ignore this. I don't, it's just an option, believe me. All right, this one works better. So now we can do, yeah, phaser. We'll go first with box. Box phaser is my favorite. I don't know why, but we'll see. We'll adjust it as it plays. Here, let me go like this so I can play on repeat. And then we'll enable looping so we can hear it over and over. Yeah, see, it adds a little bit of something there. Width changes what frequency it's playing at. And usually lower is better for me. Now we could try a different one, like deeper. Yeah, okay. So configure, we'll mess with the width. Yeah. So the band phaser, where is it? Or the band. So if we do something like copy paste this and close it for a second. But I think we'll need like filters on top, we'll need amp, we'll need a couple of other things. So let's grab a yeah. And then take the EQ8. And then we also need some stuff on the high end because there's too much stuff going on, I think. It makes it sound unnatural. So we could have something reducing it and going back and forth. So we'll go like this. It's kind of like that. All right. Now we could do some bend, like pitch bend. So MIDI control. Usually a good way to do it. Let's see if I remember how to do this correctly. You click this. You go to, okay, pitch bend range. You want to do 12 semitones. There we go. And that allows pitch bend to control a large amount of bendage on the pitch. So we can have unnatural curves on this. Let's make it an ambient for now. We want it to sound epic. So the idea here, we'll want to match it up probably in post. And we can add some little raspy notes here at the end as well. So like, and so what it sounds like right now. All right, let's make the curve a bit higher so it doesn't affect as fast. Now we'll create some unnatural curves in its voice. Maybe. Okay. I can feel that. But what if I have just a really sharp note? Almost. No, not quite. Okay. That sounds nice. There's some other things I can do to create stuttering. I have a audio effect, or wait, what is it? No, it's a plugin called Glitch, I believe. D-Blue Glitch, that's a good one. You could do things, and I'm not sure if I'll use it, but see, it just does random things. It makes it sound like it's not supposed to be there, which that could be a thematic choice. What if I took this down instead? See, that's cool. It changes it almost completely. I only want this to be a certain amount of time. And to do that, I like to kind of limit myself on the master track. So I'll set like that is the max time I can have for an effect. So it'll sound like this. Okay, let's go back to this. Damping. If I remember right, size is like you're looking down a hallway. If size is low, it's gonna be like a narrow hallway. And if size is high, it's just gonna be a really big hall, like a giant cathedral hall straight forward. Now, as far as this goes, we can cut off part of the EQ. We don't want to be like EQ'd. So I sometimes will take high down a little bit. Yeah, there we go. Now, bass mono probably doesn't matter a whole lot. And now I kind of like the idea of having just one long growl. So maybe, what would that be for though? If we did a really long growl, maybe defend? Get rid of the wah. Okay, that's not bad. And now for Fireball, I want to have a short and sweet, like, blah, 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 something similar to that. So we'll keep a similar note setup. So like, it's like this. Oh, not sure I like that. That's why we'll edit this. Okay, and now we want to take this. Frequency, oopsies, re-enable. Okay. Yeah, see that sounds very unique, right? Because next we'll move on to live sounds that I've recorded, like a wing flap. Well, what if I could create something similar, just a really low note that will play off and on as the wing flap plays. The utility. Interesting. Definitely want this to be longer. So one trick I like to do, go like that, and then how did I used to do it? Oh man. Let's see what the waves sound like. Okay, that's good. Because every wing flap will just be one sound that kind of repeats. It's like wafoo, wafoo, kind of like that. So I want to imitate that with like kind of the grunts it'll make while it goes, without being too overzealous, because it's gonna be like more of a breathing. So one thing I could do here is take this actually and edit the frequency to be kind of lower, right? Now that's gonna be weird. And the Q will be super wide. Okay, that could sound better in the grand scheme of things, I would believe. So I think as far as everything goes with Harmer and making the dragon roar, there's not a whole lot I can do to make it much better. I can tinker with things like here, like add things like a harmonizer, which would be weird. Just listens like a prism. Now I think what we could do as well is do a second filter, but we won't do that. We'll just focus on this one. Chorus. It might sound weird if we do it. Not bad. We're just doing regular saw wave as per usual. That's a weird one. I feel like maybe some horse neighs and stuff like that to end it off with, like it's flapping its mouth cheeks when it's done. It's like, so first I'll add an audio track. Probably didn't matter that I added one because there's 3 there. But there's one that I thought would be great, Carpet 2 for the wing flap. So we'll take this, and if you'd notice these little peaks, because I, at the time when I recorded it, not very, great at raising the volume, but let's see if I can get it at least hearable. Not quite. Not quite. Nope, dog. Which actually, this sounds nice. Okay, this part. Minus the dog bark. That part's a bit odd, but here we go. So if we put it on top, we want it to last the whole time. So now we can warp it. And change it to complex. Probably make it double. Okay. Now I'm going to play it on loop. loop selection. We'll play it over and over, see what it sounds like, see what we need. Then another thing I would like to do here, I'll open up Massive. Massive is another thing I like to use as a instrument of creating noises. And for me, it's my favorite thing to just use its inbuilt white noise. So I barely ever, anymore use this stuff, but the white noise, just very simple, and I can get to it pretty quickly. So we'll take it, just kind of copy that, and then we'll figure it out from there. We'll go configure on the color, on the amp, and yeah, that's it. So let's see how we can do there. I feel like a filter would really help here. So let's grab a filter, just a regular old one from here. Okay, and then we'll raise, and I think that's about that for the wing flap. I might come back to it for the fireball now. So it'll come into effect pretty quickly. Whoa, keep forgetting how loud I have things. Let's turn down a bit. Okay, and then we want to add another filter on the tail end. That's just regular, show automation. And as it comes in, it will also fade out. Wait, we need delete automation. Delete automation. And these will just be like that, amp. Okay, let's see. It'll be like -10. Okay, that's not bad. We want some sort of explosion sound. So, explosion sounds are interesting. We could use white noise to create it, technically. We could use the same white noise even. Disable the filters. We could leave that for now. Well, we'll add more reverb. Turn it down a little bit. We'll want some heavy freaking stuff. Yeah, see, there we go. There's an explosion. There's a classic, whatever you want to call it, explosion. Nice. Now, I think I will adjust this automation, so that way it ends. No, we don't want that. Maybe just double the reverb. Need another utility. And we'll reduce the volume. Nice. Now it's less digital. So we have a fireball wing flap. We probably want to do like a slurpy sound effect in a way, like it gets sucked in. So maybe like, yeah, we could do something similar to that. Let's see here. And we'll take all these edits to the pitch and create some sort of like charge up, right? See what that sounds like. A bit lower. Maybe change the phaser. Keep it the same. Oh wait, what am I? Yeah, okay. Okay, I like that. We'll just disable the filter automation and leave it there. And then, okay, that's the summon. Then he'll appear there, and then he's good to go. Now, as for tail whip and tail slam, that's another monster to deal with. I have a couple things ready. I think this is when I got creative with the towel roll about a couple of years ago. So, let's see what we have. I want something very reverbery, maybe, or maybe not. Maybe we could do a mix of this actually, and then a reverbery one. Now as for the slam, I could use the same things and just do something fancy. So I could take them, move them over here, but then change the pitch by like -10. There we go. Make it sound big, and then I'll move this. I mean, that's okay. I mean, not bad. We gotta turn the dry down quite a bit though. Definitely needs some other stuff going on though. I do think needs to sound The explosion-y part does sound really good on the tail slam. Like, that's crazy. Now, I think the tail slam takes a bit to activate. Here, I'll go back to, let me open it. So we have the ultimate, which is this. And then you can imagine, like, it goes up, and then boom. Oh, wait. I did adjust a couple things here, so I need to fix that. This. Okay. So yeah, this is the part where he slams. Boom. And so we translate that to, where's the freaking Ableton? Did I close it? No, it's there. Yeah, see that's what that would sound like and cause a big earthquake. And then in reference, here's the tail whip and then the tail whip sound. So we're gonna go. Yes. Okay. Nice. So we'll look at the summon real quick. So as soon as that plays, this fireball goes, it'll be this. Ambient will just play randomly. I'll make like a roar possibly, who knows. But defend will be this until I decide what else I want to do with it. So it'll be this. Yeah. So it's like a growl, but you can definitely tell it's that. And then the grab, we don't have a sound because I don't know what it would be. That one, I'll probably do like a regular explosion or like a flip sound, like a swoosh, which we can do a swoosh real quick. That's not bad. And then we do some more things over top, possibly. Which actually, man, I really want the wing flap to sound big, but this doesn't quite do it. I feel like I need to dry wet up a lot, and then maybe more of that, make it in a bigger size. And this should probably be like that. Actually, what if we did this? Yeah, that's a lot better. Okay, that's what I was missing. I feel like we might need some wing flaps there, right? Is that what it sounds like? Maybe have just this happen near the end? Nice. That's actually fine. Okay. That might be the part I was hearing that was kind of off. Let's see. It was. Cool. Now we need a very suspicious sounding sound. Now, what better way to make a suspicious sounding sound than by not having any plan to make one? We could go like, another thing I could try. Could go operator. Just do an operator sound. Make like try like a distorted square wave sound. Okay, go this. And then take, but make it like not phased at all, so it just creates like a, yeah, like that. Actually, we have to have it match the sound of the whatchamacallit, because I made a suspicion. Which if you do Lucky Block State, it's gonna do this. So I have to make it seem wobbly, which is the goal here. So I need it to just be like a quick thing. Okay, not bad. Now I will save this suite before I lose all my progress. And what I'll do from here is export each one by going like this and then loop selection end, which this is just a regular swish. So that way it cuts off volume and like fades successfully, since Ableton is weird sometimes. And we'll just export. Call this first one swish. What was I trying to spell? Wish. And do the same for each different one and what they're called. This one, loop selection, export audio, export wing flappy. Then over here, got a fireball. Now the tail slam is the only one I feel like I might add some things to as I figure it out. Which actually, let's do that right now. I wanna do another type of growl here. Let's do, because summon is nice, but we want to do a similar thing to the summon, but maybe like a higher pitch one to show immediate danger. Yeah, see, that's nice. It's already pretty good. Okay, I like it. So we'll take this and we'll export it as the ultimate. And then we'll go to defend next. Why is that 0.257 decibels? So yeah, I think I might do that. Well, you know, I could do like a defend, or not defend, a getting destroyed sound real quick. That should be easy. Destroyed sound. So we want to go like probably high pitch, like it just took a lot of damage, and then go into and maybe have it end off on like a longish note, kind of long note. What adjustments can be made here? There. And then we'll edit the pitch bend. And then like yeah. Yeah, okay. That's about what I want. So we'll do that for now. Loop selection, and then destroyed. Nice. Got it. So all the sounds are now made. And then what we do next, we bring it to Blockbench. So we click on these things, we hit animate effects, and then for this one, it's pretty easy. Just add a sound. And we have to find the sound in our files. And then select it, which this one was flat wing flappy. And then copy and then paste it again. So it plays right at the 0.5 mark. So this is where it ends, right there. So just about like that. Now it's pretty quiet, which I don't think there's any way to really solve that for me. Because what does it sound like in live again? Let's see. Now, what does it sound like? Yeah, that's better. Now we could just see what that sounds like. We'll replace these. Does it sound different? Yeah, a little bit. I think it just has a hard time with wave files, so yeah, you don't want to do that. Reposition it a bit better. Yeah, that's close. Oh, I see. I did this wrong. There we go. Nice. So that's idle. You save it. The Lucky Block summon. Now we grab the sound there. So find the file. Ah, poopy. I gotta find it every time. There's an easy way to do this. Cool. It's a bit long. There we go. I actually like that. I'll cut off the end. In the summon 2, we'll do the same thing. I'll just drag and drop the effect from here to this. Boom. Yeah. Nice. Now we need a tail whip. Let's see. Defense against the dark arts. Now the grab, yeah, like I said, this is all finicky, but it might use the swish. The suspicious Lucky Block. Yeah. Nice. So that sounds very suspicious. I like it. Now, to recap, here we go. We got sounds and everything. Which actually, for this, as much as I like this, there's some changes that I might make, but for the most part, this is about what I want to go with. But this, I feel like, should be a less high pitch flap and more like a low flip. But for the most part, everything is about how I want it. Now it's going to take a lot, like weeks worth of coming back to it when I have ideas and stuff. Yeah, I think that about covers everything I can do for this guy. And we have a basically finished dragon. Now, hopefully you can see it in the actual add-on when it comes out. It'd be pretty cool. Don't know when that is, but yeah, when it is, it'll be hopefully fun to play. Thank you for watching. This has been a 4-step process in me making a Lucky Block Dragon for the Lucky Block add-on. It was a lot of fun going from modeling to texturing to animating to sound design. It's a long process, but I enjoy every kind of bit of it. And hopefully you enjoyed watching as well. If you did, maybe like, subscribe, comment. Let me know what you want to see next. Yeah, I'll do more gaming videos as we come along. Hopefully some more of this too. We'll see how this, how people like this. I enjoyed it, so I'll see you in the next one, the next series, the next something. Goodbye.